Let us look at an example of break-even analysis. A manufacturing firm produces a single product whose selling price is rupees 16 per unit, and the variable cost per unit are rupees 12. So this manufacturing firm is selling their product at rupees 16 per unit, and out of the cost, the variable cost is rupees 12 per unit. Now variable cost is the cost that varies with the number of units produced. So per unit the cost is rupees 12. So as we keep on increasing the units, the total variable cost will keep on increasing. Now if the annual fixed costs of the firm are estimated at rupees 1,20,000, find the break-even point in units, in rupees, and as a percentage of capacity if the firm has an estimated capacity of 50,000 units of the product. So the firm has a fixed cost of rupees 1,20,000 per year. So this is the cost towards the rent of the building or lease of the building, cost of the machinery if they are on lease, and so on. And we have to find out the break-even point in terms of units, then in terms of rupees, and also as a percentage of capacity. And we have also been given that the total capacity of this firm is 50,000 units per annum. Also, we have to find out the margin of safety. This should be a question mark here. So lots of things to be found out. Let's first find out the break-even point in terms of units. So what is the break-even point? So the break-even point is the point where there is no profit and no loss. Or in other terms, the total cost is equal to the total revenue. Or whatever you have invested, that is what you have gotten back in returns. So total cost is equal to total revenue. Now the total cost comprises of fixed cost plus variable cost. So this is V plus F. V is for variable cost and F is for fixed cost. And this is equal to total revenue. Now variable cost is dependent on the number of units produced. So here we'll assume that a quantity of Q is being produced, and Q is the point where the break even is happening. So Q is the quantity, and let's say C, a small c, is the unit cost. That means the variable cost for producing 1 unit of the product, plus the fixed cost is F, and this is equal to total revenue. Now the revenue will be equal to the quantity which we are producing, Q, multiplied by the price at which we are selling. So let's say that is represented as a small p. So here the break-even point in terms of units will be the Q, or the quantity in terms of units. So let's plug in the numbers that we have been given in this example. So Q is the variable, C is known, the unit cost is rupees 12, so multiplied by 12, plus F is given as 120,000, 120,000, and this is equal to Q and P, which is the selling price, which is rupees 16. So 12Q plus 120,000 is equal to 16Q. So let's bring all the Q's on one side. So or 120,000 is equal to 16Q minus 12Q, or 120,000 is equal to 16 minus 12 is 4 times Q, or Q is equal to 120,000 divided by 4. 4 ones are 4, 4 threes are 12, 0000. So this is equal to 30,000 units. So this is the break-even point in terms of units. That means that once the company has produced 30,000 units, then it would have recovered all its cost and it would be at a no profit, no loss situation. So we have already found the break-even point in terms of units. Now the next one is to find it out in terms of rupees. So break-even point in terms of rupees means how much sales would have happened to recover all the cost. So we have the number of units that we need to produce. So to convert this into sales, we have to multiply this by the unit selling price. So in terms of rupees, the break-even point in terms of rupees will be equal to Q multiplied by P, or 30,000 multiplied by P is 16. So this is equal to 48,000 rupees. Next, we have to find out the break-even point as a percentage of capacity. If the firm has an estimated capacity of 50,000 units of the product. So what this means is that, every firm will have a certain capacity to produce the material, and this firm has a capacity to produce 50,000 units. So we have to find out what percentage of the capacity is the break-even point. So that means we have to find out what percentage of 50,000 is 30,000. So 30,000 divided by 50,000 multiplied by 100. So 3 by 5 is 0.6 and multiplied by 100. So this is 60%. Or in other terms, if the firm is running at a 60% utilization, then it will be able to achieve a break-even point. So now moving to the next question, which is what is the margin of safety? So what is margin of safety? Margin of safety is the additional units that the firm can produce above the break-even point. Or in other terms, margin of safety is the extent to which a company can reduce its production before a firm suffers a loss. So the break-even point is at 30,000 units and the maximum the firm can produce is 50,000. So margin of safety is basically 50,000 minus 30,000, which is 20,000 units. Now let us look at the break-even point calculation from a different perspective. So the selling price per unit is given as rupees 16, and out of rupees 16, 12 rupees are contributed to the variable costs per unit. So the remaining is rupees 4, which has now to cover for all the fixed cost. And we need to find out that how many units will be able to cover a fixed cost of 1,20,000 rupees. Or in other terms, we have to find out 120,000 divided by 16 minus 12, which is 4. And this will be equal to 30,000. units. So this is another way of finding out the break-even point. I mean, it's kind of the same formula, just that this is the quicker method. You don't have to write the formula and calculate and all those things.